Don't jump, Anakin.
No.
I got the high ground.
Hello there.
There's been no one for so long. Who are you?
I'm Rey.
Rey who?
Rey tarded.
George Lucas, next to you, who is the most knowledgeable Star Wars expert on all of the Earth?
Steve, that Star Wars boy. If I can do something and Steve says, oh wow, then I won. Something that people can enjoy. Just somebody who's got a fetish with making the world to be the way he wants it to be. Sort of narcissistic.
Have you heard about Steve, that Star Wars boy's new YouTube channel?
I think it's a very important part of society, and I'm going to create a world where people can fly.
That gold propane torch will make my grill super badass. Ugh, it's stuck. I need a wrench. Oh no.
Unkar sent me to make sure you don't get that.
You will be sorry. Now I won't let you taste my Happy Burger recipe.
Unkar promised me free meals for life. All I have to do is take care of you.
You do not cover your face. You are not Mandalorian.
Catch me outside, how about that?
What does your dream girl look like? Does she have long dangly laku? Are you all alone tonight? Well, let's turn up the temperature. It's about to get hot in here. Call now to talk to hot Twi'lek girls. We are waiting for you.
Only 99 keshels per space minute. Adults only.
Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the Star Wars saga began, and Kenner continues the excitement.
Chewbacca's
Roar! It's C-3PO that you can take apart, and other action figures each sold separately.
Take me to Han Solo and Princess Leia. What happened? Han, Leia, sneak attack. I'm all in pieces. What a mess. Put him down, Chewie. How's that, C-3PO? Wonderful.
Han Solo, C-3PO with backpack and other action figures each sold separately from Kenner Star Wars Return of the Jedi collection.
I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in accent sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks. Honeys wanna chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at. And can I bring my gat? If not, I hope I don't get shot. Better throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take nothing but frontin' for me to start something. Bucking and bucking at niggas like I was duck hunting. Dumbing out just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit. It's the N-O-G-O-R-I-O-U-S. You just lay down slow. It's the N-O-G-O-R-I-O-U-S. You just lay down slow. Bitches in the back looking righteous. In a tight dress, I think I might just hit her with a little Biggie 101. How to tote a gun and have fun with Jamaican rum conversation. Blunts in rotation, my man Big Jock got the Glock in his waist and we're smoking, drinking. Got the hooker thinking, if money smell bad, then this nigga Big is stinking. Is it my charm? I got the hookers eating out my palm. She grabbed my arm and said, let's leave calm. I'm hitting skins again. Rolled up another blunt for the Heineken. Niggas start to rope out, a kid got choked out, clothes were stoned, and a fucking fight broke out. Can't we just all get along so I could put hickeys on the chest like little Sean. Get a pissy drunk off a Dom Perignon. And it's on, and I'm gone. That's that party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit. It's the N-O-G-O-R-I-O-U-S. You just lay down slow. It's the N-O-G-O-R-I-O-U-S. You just lay down slow.
That's much better than the one I had in the movie.
Hello, and welcome to another exciting and informative episode of the Star Wars Blue Milk Social, starring me, Steve, that Star Wars boy, and my friends Crazy Mad and Arrogant Ape. What's up, guys?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Pretty damn good.
Yo, what up?
I guess let's say hello to our chat. Sark was here waiting for us. What's up, Sark?
Hey, Sark.
All this
First
back
it.
for more. Mo here to cyberbully me again.
Oh, the shame.
Mo's
Kiwis.
already getting started in the chat, too. He's had a couple comments already.
Oh, man. Kiwi Skirt, thanks for coming back. The Trade King as well. Always here with us, you guys. We appreciate you. Let's see who else we got. Scarlet Fever, welcome to the show.
Scarlet Fever and me just did a show last night on Jeremy's.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Scarlet Fever and I. Crazy.
Yeah, you're proper. You're representing
Now, see,
the
Scarlet
show.
Fever is from Georgia or Alabama or somewhere down there. So she would have said it the same way.
Right. Salty Ewok last week was the only one who gave a shit about what we were talking about. We do appreciate you. And
we got a
B-Rose, I
degenerate in the
got your
chat.
book. I got your book, B-Rose.
Oh, shoot. Show it off.
Fucking Black Rose. I got your book,
Let's
too,
go, man.
homie.
Check it out. It came in this box. It took me like a minute. I was like, how the fuck do you open this thing? I was like feeling all around, and I was like, oh, okay, so you got to be smarter than the box. Yeah, okay, it's out of the sleeve, B-Rose, because I was checking it out. I read like 4 pages of it, and then I had to go do some other shit.
Ooh.
Check it out there.
Hey. Carpet matches the drapes. Look at that.
Yep. I also got, finally, because they were sent to me but rerouted because my parents forwarded their mail to Florida. And my mail was not supposed to be, but they fucked it up and sent these to my mom's house in Florida. But they came back for Thanksgiving and they brought them. Check them out. These are fucking beautiful. Look at that. Broken. I love this. Which one is it? This. I love that dude. Okay.
Yeah, Groken 1 and 2. Have you read through them?
Not yet. They just came. I was reading Sarah Bum, and then these came. I put it down. But fucking would you do that?
I was going to say you had a Cerebrum and Groken in the same room, and you chose Cerebrum to read first.
It got here
Praise for
first.
B-Rose.
It got here first. That is a nice box, B-Rose.
While you were talking about B-Rose comic, Felix Haas and Michael T showed up.
Oh, cool. Michael T. He was at
Welcome, both.
MIA last couple weeks. We missed you. Who else did you say?
Felix Haas, the Link
Oh,
Master.
Felix. Awesome. Yeah, I was worried we can't do the show without you. Check it out.
That's in.
I got one.
Hey.
Oldest. What the fuck did he say up here? It was very offensive to me because when I was a little kid and they gave me this action figure for starring in that commercial, I still have it to this day. The fuck did he say? He was disparaging my child acting.
Oh, that was Baby Steve.
Yeah, that was me. See, I still have this action figure. This whole joke is fucking dumb. Okay, here we go. Anyway, look, we got Chewbacca and C-3PO, removable limbs. Check it out. It's really tight because it's really mint condition. Look at that. They all come off. See, the only problem is I don't have that pouch thing. It's lost. If anyone has one of them pouches, send it to us. We need one.
Mo says, I'm actually impressed that a 23-year-old Steve was able to so convincingly portray a 10-year-old.
I'm not that old.
You're ancient. Don't hide it.
I was probably 10 when that commercial came out.
Dang.
I'm 50.
I think that's about everybody.
I think we got everybody.
Yeah, you had a pretty wild topic to talk about today, right?
Tonight, we're going to dive right in and do a full breakdown, scene by scene, of Ewoks Join the Fight.
Yes. Let's
by
do
Bonnie
it.
Bogart, illustrated by Diane DeGroat.
This is riveting.
So, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Oh, actually, I misread it. There's only one far. Look.
He may be the most knowledgeable Star Wars expert on all the Earth, but he doesn't read very well.
I know it. Anyway, long ago in a galaxy far away, a brave band of rebels was preparing to do battle with the mighty forces of the evil Empire. The rebels were led by three good friends: Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia Organa, and Han Solo. What do you think of this first paragraph?
Well, I got some bad news because I know we talked about it earlier. I prepared some slides, but I think my computer got hacked.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, take a look at this.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Somebody hacked my slides and just gave me a bunch of AI-generated images of Lizzo with Baby Yoda.
You mean you're not prepped for the Ewoks, the Ewoks fight episode?
No, not at all. And frankly, I'm kind of frightened.
I have to change
What the
to
hell
our
is that one?
What is that thing? Go back. What was that? Fuck. What was that thing? Jesus.
What is he
These are
holding?
frightening.
Did you find these AI generated images or did you generate them?
They were on my computer in place of anything about Andor or Ewoks. So we're kind of ruined for tonight.
Someone hacked. Oh,
geez.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good.
BK says, those aren't AI generated. That's Detroit.
What's up, Doc Hayes? Welcome to our ridiculous episode of the Blue Milk Social.
Michael T says, tell me the story that you can't learn from a Jedi. The tragedy of Trioculus the Stupid.
Trioculus.
Now that's a deep dive we could go into for sure. Well, I guess we could talk about like video games or something. You guys feel okay with that?
I haven't played any video games in a long time because my Xbox One had the red circle of death. I did have this one though back on my PC in 1995, and I went and I bought a joystick for my computer. It was the first PC game I bought a joystick for because I tried to play it for a couple of days, like with the keyboard, like other PC games. It was very hard to do.
Yeah, I wanted to bring this one up first because I know that I asked the Discord what kind of games you guys playing as far as Star Wars goes. Aldous answered simply, Dark Forces. Sorry.
Dark Forces was your basic shooter, kind of a Doom knockoff reskin, but it was cool in its day because it was like the first one that lets you play first person in Star Wars for a complete game, and it gave you a little bit of a immersive experience for the first time, and it had this little bit of a plot that ran through it. And everybody, like when Rogue One came out, and everybody was saying, "Oh no, they're going to replace the canon of Kyle Katarn." And Kyle Katarn saving the Death Star plans was in the first level, and it was super freaking easy and not very long. And you would go through and blast a couple stormtroopers, and you made your way in this room, and the door opened, and it said, "There's the Death Star plans," and then it cut to a cutscene of Mon Mothma telling you how awesome you are, and she had a new mission for you. And it's levels 2 through 15 were the actual game. So this guy's like super famous for rescuing the Death Star plans, which is basically the freaking tutorial level. So there you go.
We're getting some Dark Forces stuff here. Doc Hayes says great game. Aldous says Dark Forces was the shit. Michael T says I have that on my PC now.
I might have a copy of it around here somewhere for PC. But maybe, I don't know.
Big says before Dark Forces there was Rebel Assault.
Rebel Assault though was like what's that game? Dragon Slayer almost. You know what I mean? Where it wasn't like you were really flying in a flight simulator. You just held your controller, and as it would go down the trench, like there'd be certain points where you'd have to boom, hit there, boom, hit there. And it wasn't really a flight simulator so much as like a memorization of when to hit buttons. And it looked cool going down the trench and had some cool cut scenes where like a lot of that early Lucas art stuff, they were learning how to do CGI and preparing and trying to get new technology, so they could, do movies and stuff.
Why does Kyle Katarn have resting bitch face?
He was mad because he's like, he's really tough. He's like a tough guy. And he just has to have that face. Like that's when Mon Mothma's giving him his new mission. If he would have been smiling, she probably wouldn't have paid him as much. So he wouldn't have looked as tough.
He's pretty awe-inspiring, gotta say. He's been in a lot of games, and he's been mentioned in a lot of things. I think he's even in some current games. I saw him mentioned in Galaxy of Heroes. I think one of the members of our chat said they played Galaxy of Heroes, but I can't confirm or deny. Yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty cool. I like gun shooters. Pretty neat, right?
I'm not really a FPS guy. I'm more of an RPG guy. I never got it. I never played this.
All this says more symmetry than Rob Hunter art there. Damn. Oh man. Well, they got
This game didn't really have a lot of plot. It was cool and it was fun to play, but you can basically sum the whole plot up of Mon Mothma tells him there's this new threat, the Dark Trooper, and he goes through missions trying to find clues to track it down. And he encounters phase 1, 2, and 3 of the Dark Troopers. Phase 1, they're not completed yet. They look like skeleton, robot, kind of things. And then they get more advanced to where they're the full Dark Troopers, if you've seen them. They're in the Mando now or whatever. But that's the final big bad towards the end. You have to fight the actual completed Dark Troopers. What am I missing here? I'm not talking shit about Dark Forces, all this. I just said it don't have much plot to sit here and dissect on a show. You know what I mean? It's more just action and it was pushing the boundaries, all this stuff back in the day. you know, technology-wise and graphically and stuff. But this is old as hell. I had this game in like 1995.
Mo Biggs asks, Ape,
Calcatarn is not Star Killer, but
what's Galaxy of Heroes? Some Star Wars Candy Crush tomfoolery?
Oh, dude, it might as well be. I don't know. I don't trust anything like an app.
Isn't it a turn-based phone game?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's one of them pay to win.
I don't have anything on my mobile except for like Snake. So, you know, I just don't play mobile games.
I don't
and,
either.
you know.
I don't either.
Turn-based,
I think BK does. I think he plays Galaxy of Heroes.
Yeah, I thought it might have been BK who said that.
I didn't say Dark Forces, but look at these guys putting words in my mouth. I played this game endlessly. I had headphones and I'd turn the lights out and I was in Star Wars, like in there, you know what I mean? For the first time, I was on a mission in Star Wars, you know, it was cool. I loved this game.
Yeah.
I played it endlessly. Level 3 had this freaking series of jumps. You had to jump, and they were very hard. And I got stuck there for a very, very, very long time. And I just kept playing it and playing it and playing it. And that ended up being like the hardest part of the entire game.
Are you talking about
for me? At the sewer, when you get down towards the end, and there's the Gran, the reused dudes with 3 eyes, and they're throwing detonators at you, and you have to jump. And every time I would jump too short, or I'd jump too far, or I'd land right on the thing and not be able to stop and slide right off. And I remember I finally made it one time, and I freaked out. And I just like, I got to sit there and catch my breath before I made the next jump. So I did not want to fall off.
At that point, it's save game.
I don't know if you could on this one, or if you had to go back. I know on Jedi Knight 2 you could hit like F9 or F10 and save it wherever you were. I don't even remember if you could on this version. Because I remember having to play that level 3 over and over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah? Jeez.
I'm not backpedaling all this. You were front pedaling. That was the problem.
Nobody was moving the bike all this until you started front pedaling.
I know everything about this game.
Oh, maybe it was Levi. BK says it wasn't him, but it's Levi.
Yeah.
What did Levi do? Is Levi here?
No, I don't think he's here, but
played Galaxy of Heroes.
Yeah. One of them two in our Discord plays Galaxy of Heroes. I remember him talking about it.
I've got the trailer for the remaster up here. You want to take a look
right
at that?
here? Okay.
Yeah, I get some gameplay. So we're all not shills here, but I will say that a couple of these games we're mentioning, they're getting remastered. They're getting put out on different consoles. If you haven't played it before, now's the opportunity to get in on it. And this one's really cool. The remastering looks pretty slick.
I am a shill. I got the free. I got this sent to me as a Disney shill.
You're a Disney.
Yeah, I got the early release of In Through the Endor to review on my YouTube channel. Oh, my bad. I fucked that bit back.
That's all good. That was an important segue.
I just don't want you to misrepresent my Disney status. That's level 1 right there.
Right on the is it on the Death Star?
That
level
looks
1?
like the final level right there.
Troopers are pretty dope.
No, that's level 1. Oh, it's like the cutscene.
The Emperor has approved your test demonstration, General Moff.
There's the
5 days
final
ago, the Empire attacked one of our secret bases. Intelligence thinks that this may be an act of retaliation for the destruction of the Death Star.
yeah, Jabba throws in the Rancor pit. But it has that other monster in there. That's like level 8. And they show Jabba's spaceship. And then he throws you in that pit. And you have to fight that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Dean. Nice of you to show up.
How the fuck do I get rid of this thing? Okay. What's up, Dean? We're talking about Star Wars video games at the moment.
Dean doesn't play video games unless it says Hogwarts on it.
Then I don't know. That's about it. Oh, he had Jan Ors. It was Kyle Katarn and Jan Ors. And when they made Rogue One, everyone's like, "Oh, they wiped them." Basically, they like use it. I mean, they didn't directly copy them, but they pretty much like copied them. It's like a dude and this chick, and they, you know what I mean? She was more like the chick on 24. What's her name? Chloe, and she just tells him where to go. Like you'd be on the missions, and you'd be like, you get to a certain point, she'd come in your ear and tell you something. You know what I mean? To advance you to the next part. Her name was Jan Ors.
Jan Ors.
Yeah. And then they had Jedi Knight 2. Do you have that one next or something else next?
Yeah, I got that right here. Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and then Jedi Outcast. Let's see here.
Mo Big says, Dean, they pretended we were going to listen to the Ewoks Join the Flight or audio book.
It wasn't an audio book. I was going to read it out loud, but
but it was a bigger bait and switch than Mandalorian Season 3.
We should do a group reading next time.
And Dean says he 100%ed the last 2 Star Wars games.
This is not the next one.
Oh, no?
No, the next one is called Jedi Knight, and it was also on PC. And it had like the first version of the Inquisitors. That's Jedi Knight 2, which is it goes Dark Forces, then Dark Forces, sounding like Rambo movies. Okay, it goes Dark Forces, then it goes Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight. Then it goes Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, and finally Jedi Academy. And that is the chronological like release and story of the one Jedi Knight. I don't know if you have a picture there for it.
Are these all first-person shooters?
No, these last two, I had them on Xbox in like 2008, around that era, 2000, sometime between 2005 and 2010. Those two came out. The Jedi Knight one was kind of like the first Inquisitors. I forget the guy's name. Michael T. It started with an S. Here it is. Yeah, this one. See this guy
Dark
here?
Forces
What's his
2.
freaking name? Can't remember. This dude is kind of like the High Inquisitor. He's blind, but he's a Jedi. And they had this other dude, or a Dark Jedi. They had this other dude called, I think his name was Maw, M-A-W, and he was cut in half from the waist down. And this came out way before the Clone Wars. This is like late 90s, late 90s. It was before Episode 1 came out, so it was probably like 96 or 97, because I remember some of the cut scenes in here were really cool lightsaber battles, and it looked really cool for the time, and kind of like more advanced than what you'd seen in the original trilogy as far as like the special effects of the lightsaber battles. So it was kind of like exciting, saying, "Oh, look, look how the next movies are going to be. This looks cool." And this guy had like 7 Dark Jedi that followed him around, and you had to fight like each one as you got. They're like the big bads at the end of the levels, I think. But yeah, they had this one. He was cut in half, and he floated around with no legs and no waist. So Darth Maul wasn't the first one to survive.
Telling me the first guy was Darth Maul?
He wasn't a Darth, but he was Maul and he was a dark Jedi. Look him up.
Okay. Get to work, Ape.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Salty
Why don't you
Ewok
have that?
says it was
have that ready?
Saris.
Saris. Yeah.
Looked it up, and wow, I didn't know Jarek was the only ever in the game.
Jarek. That's him right there, Jarek. Saris is the chick that was with him. I
Are you
think
talking about this guy?
that is Bosco. There's like hundreds of them. He's like, look at the graphics of it. It's like they're just like 2D almost.
Oh.
You know, like look at it.
I think I see. Yeah, okay. I think I see Ma. Hold on. I'm going to get him.
It'll look
This-
shitty like that too.
This I was not prepared for.
Oh, I forgot there in between there was a add-on to Jedi Knight, something of the Sith, and you got to be Mara Jade. Like that was the character. you
Oh,
played.
dope.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
there's
gosh.
Maul. Look, he's cut off and waist down. He just floated around. He was kind of hard to fight because he floated all around. That's like the best picture of him because he was only in that game, and that's from '97 or whatever. But using the lightsaber in that game was freaking hard in first person.
That's wild. I've never heard of Ma before. I hadn't played the Jedi Knight games. I didn't know that there was Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, which is a stupid thing to call your game. It should be Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight. But then you take Jedi Knight, the title.
No, it was Dark Forces Jedi Knight. No, it was Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, and then Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, and then Jedi Academy, but also Jedi Knight Mysteries of the Sith. That's what it was. And they had the Issa Lamiri or whatever from Heir to the Empire, and they were like these little snail things, and like all your force powers that you had achieved in the game, like none of them would work all of a sudden, and you'd hear these like cricket noises, and you have to go and find them and kill them, and then your force powers would come back.
Oh, we had Jeremy Ice and Fire show up, and Mermaid
What's up, Jeremy?
also showed up too.
Mermaid. What's up, Mermaid? Who else?
That's the only two I've seen here in a minute.
Okay. Crackhead. That's what I call it.
So this series of games, would you recommend it, Steve?
If it was 1995, they would be like top of my list. But you know, like,
Until the remaster comes out, right?
like, you know, who knows? What can they do with it? You know, how much work are they going to put into it? I mean, those cutscenes look pretty much the same, just like a little bit less pixely and stuff.
Mo Big says Steve thought we wouldn't notice he skipped right past Desktop Adventures Yoda stories.
I had that thing. Yeah, it was like it had screensavers on it and shit. You'd like go through these menus. You could like click on shit, and it would just like here's a picture of Captain Paneka, and you click on it, and it would say Captain Paneka was the royal guard of the. Is that the one, Mo? It was really lame. I might have
Wait a
that
minute.
fucking thing sitting around here. I've got most of my Star Wars, like I had every Star Wars thing there ever was up till 2012, and what I have like laying around that I can show you today is mostly all the shit I couldn't fucking sell. Like no one wanted it, so I still have it.
Is this the one you're talking about, Steve? Desktop Adventures, Yoda Stories?
Yeah,
Oh my
that's not
gosh.
the one. The one I'm thinking of is right there, Making Magic. Yoda, yeah, Making the Magic. That's the one I'm thinking of. I think this
Making
was
Magic.
like this is like 1994, 1993, 1995 type stuff, if I remember.
Oh my gosh.
They had like Lucasfilm had some game called, I think it was called Full Throttle or something like that, and it was like the 1992, and it was like the hottest shit around. And then
dude, this looks
started coming out
awful.
with Star Wars stuff.
What the hell is that?
I don't remember that one much because I just remember having it and it was super lame, and I had it just because I had everything Star Wars. And it's like that's the thing. Like when you have everything, like shit comes out that's not good, and you feel compelled to have it because how are you gonna say I have every single Star Wars thing ever made except Yoda stories because that was gay. So
This
like,
looks
just
like
they spend $30 and get the damn thing.
this looks like Luke Skywalker has just died of dysentery.
It was good, no, in 1992. That's what I'm saying. If you went and tried to like show these like, 35-year-old people and down, they would be like, they were looking at like a silent black and white movie from 1912. You know what I'm saying? Like,
This looks like what Minesweeper, man.
yeah, this was not the cutting edge. This was weak. Even when this came out, we knew it was weak. So,
welcome, Elmer Dew.
Elmer Dew, what's up? Don't run away because we have the weakest Star Wars game ever on our screen. We're getting rid of it. What'd I do?
Did you just kick Ape?
Now you're in that position, Ape, down there. Now you get kicked on accident when I try to kick shit, so.
Oh, sweet. Well, it's okay. I'm always the cause of somebody else getting kicked anyway.
Okay,
so.
yeah, now it's your own self, so you have to suffer your own consequences of your own actions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Remember when they used to send you AOL discs in the mail and all that? This was before that even. This was like before that.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got here now?
Yeah, it's just Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast. I know nothing about these
This
games.
one
They
was
look like
pretty
fun.
good. It was like
Ooh, what's this?
that is one of the ones that came out on Xbox. I don't know if that might be remastered or something. These were cool because at the beginning of the game, they had like character creators where you could like cycle through, and it would give you like, it could be like a human male, a female Twi'lek, or whatever, and it had like certain characters, and then as you picked each one, then you could go through and like, red lightsaber, green lightsaber. You can you could pick the choices and pick your color, and then they had like 10 different outfits or whatever, and you could go through and pick them, and then like the hair color you could change, and the Twi'lek you could make her red or blue or yellow, or and you could kind of like customize your own characters, and the graphics started getting a little better, and they actually were doing some really good cutscenes, animation and stuff, and they were starting to tie the actual story in with the actual EU novels where Luke had established his Jedi Academy on Yavin 4, and they have all these series of books and adventures, and now you got to go there and be one of those Jedi. So it was pretty cool at the time.
I see a lot of
still
people
pretty
still
cool.
like. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I see a lot of people competitive playing. I think on Outcast, maybe
Is
Academy.
I forget the first one. I think the first Jedi Knight one might have had that on PC, and I remember back like starting playing online. Would get irritated. People don't play right. Like, you're not playing right.
This controller sucks.
I like the single player better on all of these. It's hard to control. Like actually playing against people on a PC was hard as hell.
I'm no.
Yeah, okay, that is a grand.
I'm
The
just a guy with
the
a
action
lightsaber
figures.
and a few questions.
Yeah, and look, it's not Grand Elmo Thrawn, but it is a Chiss, and he's got
Yeah.
a Grand in a weak way, and maybe behind the weak way, I don't know, another weak way. I can't tell.
Enhance.
Down and to the left.
This is from Jedi Knight. See, he has a beard now. In the first one, he didn't have a beard. Now he has a beard. And they actually had this, I think, is from one of the Xbox ones, because that first one I showed you, Jedi Knight, like they actually had actors like doing the cutscenes. They had like a full cast.
Yeah, Kyle Katarn, that's right, Elmer Do. We're looking at Jedi Knight, Outcast, and Academy.
Her name's Tabara or Tabara or something. I forget. She was like a Sith.
See, these look totally interesting. I would totally play this.
It started to get better when they didn't insist you do the lightsaber battles in first person. Going into like third person, fighting in a lightsaber battle on a video game is way easier.
Oh, yeah.
Is this a new one or the same one? Okay. Both a new one?
It's just like a bit of gameplay.
Okay. Put it up.
See, that's the cool shit right there. That slow-mo, once you cut like someone's arm off.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Yeah, you could cut people up a little bit.
So they do half of this in first person and they do half of it in third.
I can't remember
like
specifically. I think it's just when you switch to your gun, you go into first or have the option of first. In the old ones, on PC, you could choose first. I think on the second, I don't think you couldn't choose any on the first one. It was just first person shooter. On the second one, where they had the lightsabers, from there on, I think you could choose first or third. And then I think in these later ones, some of them would like either auto switch you when you lit your lightsaber, or gave you like an option to set it up like that, so you could have first person when you're shooting and then switch to third. But I haven't played these. That's like that's 15 years, man. 2008. Like fuck. I remember these things pretty fucking good. I don't have an Xbox. I haven't played these or anything. And when we go through them, it jogs my memory, and you can probably figure out how much I played. Like any game that came out, I would buy it and I would just sit there and play it like constantly until I knew every single thing about it.
Yeah, Jeremy here says he spent so many hours playing this and Revenge of the Sith.
The Revenge of the Sith game was cooler than the Phantom Menace game. I hated the Phantom Menace game.
Dude.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I know. that fucking goddamn thing.
I played Phantom Menace longer than I care to fucking tell anyone that I played Phantom Menace.
The PC Phantom Menace game is the only Star Wars game that I gave up on and never beat. From the time of Super Nintendo, what was it? Super Star Wars and Super Empire and Super Return of the Jedi. Them things were fucking hard as hell. And I sat there and beat all of those games. Took me months. And then like that Episode 1 PC, I gave up on that thing somewhere in Naboo on that one swamp jump. I was fuck this game. This game was awesome. I loved it.
Republic Commando.
Yeah, you got to not only be like a first person shooter, but you got to be inside the helmet too, and you'd hear all the fucking voices and see all the fucking heads up displays and shit. It was fucking badass.
Dude, start to finish, it's wild. You start off as a baby clone, and you get to actually like control the baby's arms. Like it only lasts for like a few seconds, but I was like, oh man, baby clone here. Part of Delta Squad, specialized force within the clone army. We see Delta Squad like in a few.
They're in
one episode of Clone Wars.
They're in at least one. There's like a funeral or something, or a casket comes back, and they're like escorting it or something. There's like a dead Jedi they bring back, I think, if I remember. And they're like painted up, like exactly like it's them.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty dope. I like the concept of this game a lot because you're in a squad, right? There's Boss, Scorch, Fixer, and Sev. And they all have their like different abilities, but you only play as Boss. And I think that's actually kind of cool because in too many games, you'll be like, okay, we have a sneaky guy. Now you're going to play the sneak mission. Okay, but I play the sneak mission for like 45 minutes, and then I'm back to like the bomber guy. And then I have to go to the commander guy. In this case, you're just...
switch on those? So I remember you could like heal each other.
Yes, you heal your down fellows, that's for sure. But you're giving orders to Scorch Fixer. And
Yeah,
stuff.
they come back to you. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, I remember laying there on the ground and you just see red, 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 and you're sitting there calling for help. And then they come up, and if they caught you,
Yeah, dude. And it's a Boss is. I don't know about the other clones, but Boss is voiced by Morrison. Always love hearing that guy. You know, especially in like the prequel stuff. Temuera Morrison as Boss. Yeah, this game's just a lot of fun. Good bit of lore too, and it really bridges the gap between episode 2 and 3 because your first mission is on Genosis, and I think the last
is
one's
in
like on Kashyyyk.
Yeah, I remember this part. You're like fighting all these droids, and it's like getting super intense and hard, and you bust through this door, and all of a sudden that Wookiee's in there just tearing all the droids up, and it's like, sweet, some fucking help, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It was a rescue mission for this Wookiee, I think, but he's just beating ass everywhere.
Yeah, he
was
doesn't-
just
And he goes with you, like after you rescue him or something. That's what it is. You rescue him out of a cage or something, out of a cell, and you go out down the hall, and you're telling him orders like "stay with us," and he just like runs out ahead and starts smashing everything in front of you or something. I can't remember. That came out right when episode 2 came out, pretty close. So that's even older. That's from like 2002.
Mo says this wasn't the first time Steve bent his Wookiee.
Elmer Dude brings up a good point. This is technically the first time seeing Kashyyyk, because this actually came out like pre-episode 3, just a few months before, I think.
It either came out right before it or right after or right along with it.
I'm pretty sure it was right before. There's also a cameo.
Oh,
of,
no. This came out, before episode 3. Yeah. I was thinking came out with episode 2 because all that Geonosis stuff. No, this came out with pre-episode 3. You're right.
Yeah, you got you also have a Grievous cameo in there. And I think at the time, I don't know if that was his first appearance. I think it was shortly after the Tartakovsky stuff, but it was, again, right before the film. You just see him kind of like skulking around. You can take shots at him, but it doesn't affect him. Geonosians have all this gooky blood. It's great.
Oh, yeah, they would like splatter.
The droids, too. They had like blue
like
blood
their
for whatever
windshield.
reason.
Yeah, that's a point of view from inside of the helmet. If you can like kind of see the shape of like the Mandalorian, the front of the helmet. Go back to that, whatever, and that's bug splatter on your freaking on your face, and you can see as you took damage, look, is the glass is cracked. It would start to crack, and the blood would splatter on it. So that was pretty cool feature of the game.
Absolutely. I think the gameplay still holds up. This is a part of they're doing a remastered collection of a couple games for the Switch. It's got Pod Racer, it's got this, it's got Jedi Academy 1 and 2, or I guess what I thought was 1 and 2, but actually turns out to be 2 and 3. But it's also got what else does it have? It's KOTOR 1 and 2.
I have
Those are
that book right here somewhere. I think I showed it on an earlier episode, Stalky. Hold on, I can pull that back. But that book,
ooh,
the Wookiee storybook, when I was like 5 or 6, that was like my favorite fucking book. I still have it here, like the spine's busted off because I read it like 10,000 times when I was a kid or whatever. But that caught my eye. I'm like, oh yeah. Let me try out, see if I can dig it out here in a minute. Also, since it's getting to be the season, man, I got to show you guys this. Look. The Star Wars Christmas in the Stars. This is the first. That's not what makes it cool, but this is the first ever recording of John Bon Jovi from Bon Jovi. When he was 12 years old, he sings on one of these songs. Let me see.
That's wild.
I think it's one, maybe. What can you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a cone?
Oh, Michael T's digging Republic Commando.
Yeah, Republic Commando is cool.
Yeah, and he recommends the Karen Traviss novels if you can. Karen Traviss wrote a pretty good amount of Star Wars novels.
Karen Traviss sucks. I do. I really do. I hate it when it was coming out when I was reading it. Like, she made the clones like really stupid and weak, and like you could tell from the first time she showed her first characters, it's like they're already trying to set up how these guys are going to survive Order 66, like way before. I don't know, it was stupid. And then she started doing like woke crap, and she was like one of the earliest and first woke creators. And then she made a bunch of stuff about the Mandalorians that was really stupid and woke. And George Lucas came out with the Clone Wars with his version of the Mandalorians, and she got butthurt and super mad, and she quit Star Wars with one of her series being unfulfilled. And the ironic, funny part of it is she wrote the adaptation of the Clone Wars movies.
Welcome, little one.
She sounds like a real treat, Steve.
I hated her books and like her online presence and like everything that, you know, Star Wars is under Disney and stuff like that crap was creeping in even before Disney took over. And Karen Traviss was like into it. And she did this thing where like gay people being in the military, remember how that was like a social issue that, you
Don't
know,
ask, don't tell, and all that. Yeah.
Okay, so like she wants to put her political commentary in, but obviously Lucas is doing Star Wars, not George Lucas, but you know, Lucas, you know, the company and whatever, the licensing department or whatever. Let's not turn our Clone Wars book into social commentary about gay people in the military. No, thank you, or whatever. So she like does this thing where in one of the books she has a Mandalorian character who they use, you know, they say he hit, you know, whatever, it's a dude, okay, and he says, here's my spouse, okay, and they say the name, okay. Now in this other book it was just like a short story in the Star Wars Insider magazine or something, it's all about the spouse that was mentioned, and guess what, it's a dude. So see what I mean? Like, ooh, I'll sneak in my gay marriage in the army in my book or whatever. I noticed it. And then like you get people on the Ewok. She got so into all this technical stuff, and like they use some of her stuff in the new Mando show, the Mando words. Like she wanted to turn the Mandos into the Klingons and be like super nerdy and write a whole language, and she just wrote them so stupid. Like her whole vision of what the clones were like, okay, she had like the clones would go out and they'd battle in the mission and kill all these people, and they'd come back and they had this sergeant who was like a bounty hunter Mandalorian hired to train them or whatever, and they'd come back from battles and he'd give them pieces of candy because they were 10 years old. That is fucking gay. Whatever. Her whole I do not recommend Karen Traviss. At the very, 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 very bottom of all of the EU is Karen Traviss, in my opinion. Like as a person, as a creator, she was obnoxious. And like on Twitter, it wasn't Twitter back then, I forget, you know, it was like other stuff. Like message boards and shit.
Yes, but you can't be trusted in message boards because you were kicked out of.
I got kicked off of every single message board on the entire internet that talked about Star Wars, Mad Max, comic books, anywhere from like when did they start? Like 19. I got my internet first in like 1995. So like from then on, yeah. Oh no, Chuck Wendig is a whole new level, but that's like Disney. Like I was already checked out pretty much. I tried to get back in. I was like, okay, it's a new era, Disney, whatever. I'll give it a shot. And I got that book Aftermath by Chuck Wendig. That thing's a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Like literally, like the stuff that he says that made him obnoxious on Twitter doesn't even matter, because his book was my first introduction to him before before I knew he was this obnoxious dickhead. I actually read his book first, which sucked, which made him even more of an obnoxious dickhead when I read it. Like you suck. I don't, you know what I mean? Like when someone comes out with their opinion and you already know that they suck and their work sucks and then their opinion also sucks, it's easy to, he's easier to hate than Karen Traviss or whatever. Yeah.
Michael T says Karen Traviss is nowhere near the bottom. Not when Barbara Hambly exists.
Barbara Hambly kind of sucks too. Her first, her first one, was it Children of the Jedi? Is that right, Michael T? And then the second one was slightly better, but I can't even fucking remember what it's called.
Heyo, Perth Comics.
Planet of Twilight?
Planet of Twilight, possibly. And she had Luke had this lover or something, Callista. Is that her name, Michael T? And she had, they had an evil, these like bugs went inside of them and lived in them on this planet they couldn't get off of or something. And there was this evil force-wielding hut or whatever. I can't remember. Yeah, Barbara Hambly sucks too. Karen Traviss is worse. Barbara Hambly's problem is she was like a very successful Star Trek writer.
Michael T says, yeah, Children of the Jedi, Planet of Twilight, and the Crystal Star.
The Crystal Star was kind of, really bizarrely stupid as well. Waru, he was like this weird starfish that lived inside a black hole or something. He sucked the force into a different dimension or something. Yeah, that thing was weird too. Karen Traviss is still worse than Barbara Hambly.
I'm making a note of the timestamp on this stream so I can.
We can have Michael T come on here. We'll have like a full-on debate, and then we'll go and we'll do a cage match. We'll like box each other.
Well, I can send him the link.
Yeah, bring him on. Let's do it. Welcome, Perth. Thank you for coming in, man.
We'll have to set that up for a different time. We don't have our slides. We can't talk about books without our slides ready.
This is your first day. Your designation will be RP01/138.
Oh, 01/138. Yeah.
What, Crazy?
Is this Baby Clone Trooper?
Yeah, that's from Republic Commando. It's like the opening. It shows you your character's origin.
I missed this in video games where you had opening where you could actually interact in some way. They still do that to an extent with like Bethesda, but a lot of games it's just here's a cutscene. Have fun for the next 5 minutes just watching it. You skip around a bit, like you can actually see in the helmet. And look at your buddy next to you who also looks at you.
But as often as not, it will be your inherent physical traits that win the day. And in this regard, you will be superior to your more common brethren. Your weapon.
That's the helmet there, Steve.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Your armor, and most importantly, your brothers. The Ifer of our world hunt in pods to bring down much larger prey. So too shall you join the three brothers.
This totally holds up. I don't even know if it needs a remaster. I mean, I'm getting the one. I already pre-ordered it, but it looks pretty sweet, man.
Is this similar to what you see in the Clone Wars cartoon when they're training? I mean, it's not identical, but it's kind of similar. Like they're going through their training, hiding behind these things, shooting at stuff, and
No pleasing him. Not gonna happen.
He just wants Ewoks. That's all he wants. Ewoks. That's all he cares about.
We'll do a dramatization of an Ewok story. We'll all read together. It'll be like a Christmas Carol stage play. Oh,
I've got some Ewok toys, but they're over there.
Oh, you want to play with them on stream? That's a
No,
really
but I
good
could
idea.
show them sometime. But
Yeah, Purse says, I quit the Final Fantasy franchise because one game was 15 minutes of video, then you walk 2 steps, then 15 minutes of video.
Yeah, that's I'm with you there. That kept me from doing like Kingdom Hearts. It was obnoxious, and you know what? Some of Metal Gear Solid there, I forget what game it was, but I was like, man, I'm still just watching something. I'm here to play something.
Kick
I'm out.
8.
I mean, if
Metal Gear Solid was like one of the best games of all time, dude.
Hey, overhyped. Anyway.
Oh my god.
if they get you like into the world and into the story, and you really care, and you know, and you're playing this game for 10 hours, and then they have a 15-minute cutscene that tells you the stuff you want to know, it's almost like a reward, and you want to watch it. You start out in some new world or whatever with a 15-minute freaking cutscene. It's like, what the, like, fuck this. I want to shoot something or whatever.
Michael T says, and Mo Biggs, I get it, but there are 3 authors Star Wars work I would absolutely recommend. Timothy Zahn, Michael Stackpole, and Aaron Alston.
Did Aaron Alston die?
Dude.
I actually preferred Aaron Alston. Like, everyone likes Michael Stackpole. I didn't really like the way he wrote, like, annoyed me. The way he wrote sentences, just like, I don't know. I preferred Aaron Alston on those X-Wing books. But the whole series overall was highly acclaimed just because it was about the X-Wing pilots. And
I find Timothy Zahn overrated.
I kind of tend to a little bit myself too, but for me, it's not the stories he tells. Same with Michael Stackpole. It's the way he freaking writes. Just like,
who wrote the Bane trilogy? It was Drew
Struzan.
I can't.
No, he's an artist.
I can't even pronounce that last name. It starts with a K. Karpyshyn or something like that.
Yeah, Drew Karpyshyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew Karpyshyn.
I really enjoyed those books.
I was always partial to James Luceno.
Yeah, James Luceno. I liked most of his stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Stuff like that, man. Like the overall story, like if you read it as an outline, you'd say, oh, wow, this is cool. But then you get into like the nitty gritty, and he's got Lando over here giving Luke hot chocolate. And so they're just like, and the one thing that really irritated me about Timothy Zahn is the way that he would describe the fight scenes. Is, you know, he'd have like a build up to it, set the plot all up, or whatever. And then when it got to the actual fight, 9 times out of 10 with this guy, he'd say, you know, the enemy came up. He drew his gun. He shot at Luke. Luke pulled out his lightsaber. And 10 seconds later, it was over. And he says that like 50 fucking times throughout his books, where he just says, and 10 seconds later, it was all over. Because, like, he didn't describe any of the fights at all. And then he gets in one of his later books where he's describing this hole that Luke cuts in the wall of this cave at, like, in such great fucking detail for like 2.5 pages. You're going to describe the shape of a hole we cut in a wall, and it can't do the battle. And you're not supposed to start sentences with and. Like over and over, and then like, oh, that's his style, whatever. I learned that in like 7th grade or whatever. You don't start a sentence with and. It's not correct grammar.
He's just breaking tradition, kind of like
It's just obnoxious when you do it over and over and over. Like, look at me. I don't care about grammar and dictionaries. I just start my sentences with "and" because I'm Timothy Zahn.
he's like Cormac McCarthy. He's the next great American author.
I met
That's how it is.
Timothy Zahn at a, I think it was Star Wars Celebration 2 in Indianapolis. And he had a booth. He was signing autographs, but he was walking around. And I talked to him for a minute. He was wearing a members only jacket. It was black, and he had it zipped up to here. Like, remember them jackets from the 80s?
Michael T says, "Oh, I see. It's hyperbole hour."
I don't know. There's some.
No,
cool
that is true,
videos.
Michael T. Go pick up any freaking Timothy Zahn book and read through it and tell me I'm wrong. That's how he describes the battles, and that he starts not half, but a ton of sentences with "and." I'm not wrong. I can prove it.
I get cranky when I'm promised Ewoks and they don't deliver.
Dang, we really messed up with that one.
I can't even keep up with you guys today.
Well, this next game.
This is like my favorite one from that
This is
era.
a banger.
And it was hard to play at first because, like, the controller defaults were like inverted. They're like upside down to me. But then I figured you could switch them. But this game, it was cool. It had big maps to explore. It had a linear storyline, but like kind of an open world a little bit in certain parts. And it tells the story of how Jango Fett becomes the Prime Clone. Count Dooku sends him on a mission. His apprentice has become too powerful. And
Haylock.
What's up, Tugs Web Guy? Ray Haylock.
That's one thing where Star Wars hasn't done yet. Everything they've done game-wise has been a very linear story, and they have not done an open-world Star Wars game yet.
This one is very linear, but it just has like certain parts where you go into the cities and you can explore around. There's like a part on Coruscant in the nightclub district, and you have to go linearly to progress the story, but you can fly around and explore it a lot.
Yeah,
so it's cool.
Coruscant nightlife is pretty cool. Everything is cool up until the Nexu come in, and then they
Longo
fuck
Two
my shit up.
Guns. He was kind of like the proto Cad Bane. He's called Longo Two Guns.
Longo Two Guns.
Yeah, he's like this weird camel-looking dude. He's like a gunslinger. You have to fight him and his whole gang. I think that's what that last shot was from. That's what it reminded me.
Yeah, on Tatooine. Yeah. Yeah.
And he had what was her name? She was a Toydarian like Watto, but she was orange.
Yeah.
What the fuck was her name? I made one of the best custom action figures I ever made in my life. Is I took Watto and I painted her into that thing, and I found it around here a couple weeks ago. I don't know where it is. Sucks. If I had it right now, I could show you. It's cool.
They've got an impressive voice cast. Again, we got Tamura Morrison coming back in as Jango Fett. Clancy Brown plays Montross.
Montross is cool.
Montross is dope. He's got a great entrance here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Montross is great. Clancy Brown also voiced like Savage Opress, Ryder Azadi. Apparently he was also the Mystery Inquisitor in Tales of the Jedi. I did not know that. That's pretty wild.
I didn't know he was Savage Opress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Here we've got Montross coming in.
He was also the Deveronian in the Mando episode where they broke the Twi'lek out of prison.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So I got a little video here with Montross entering. His introduction's pretty sweet.
While you're popping that up, Kiwi Skirt asks, is there going to be an Ask Steve tonight?
Not tonight, but we do have some other very special stuff. Well, we got a new episode of Droids. It's an old one, but it's like the special edition remastered. It's freaking awesome, like you said. Mo's the only one who's probably seen it because we debuted it like 2 years ago, and it's been it's back now. So
Yeah, man. I mean, do you want to show droids now?
no. We're showing this right now. We'll show that next.
Montross, I can pay you double, triple, please! Please don't kill me! I'm worth more alive! You're worth enough, dead.
It's easier just to shoot you and take less. I don't have to put up with your shit on the trip back or whatever. Fuck it. I don't have a carbon freezing chamber built into my spaceship.
I had a feeling you'd bring up Mando. You know what? This guy in the game reminds me of Steve trying to climb out of the hole he has dug with me tonight.
We had some Ewok stuff we were working on, but it just fell apart at the last minute.
Yes, and
we
Kiwi
didn't want to present you with a subpar Ewok presentation. Just I wasn't feeling it. We'll get one next week.
And Kiwi, we've been combing over the comments to the videos and stuff. We just haven't gotten any real good Ask Steve questions in a while.
It's because I did such a good job of explaining Star Wars already that most of all of you don't have too many questions left. So go out and find your friends, normies and people who don't know as much about Star Wars as us and see if they have any questions. Maybe. I
Steve's
don't know.
pretty thorough, man. That's for sure. Here, just for certain games, they do some sort of little thing with the LucasArts logo. This is always my favorite. Oh, jeez, Mo.
I'm gonna find my Wookiee. All right, take over the show for a minute, Abe. I gotta go find my Wookiee storybook.
I got you.
Now, is this one you played, Ape?
I played the shit out of this. I love this game. First off, Jango Fett had such an impression on me. I personally kind of found him more interesting than Boba. Especially because through Jango's introduction, we learn more about Boba. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jango coming into the scene kind of ruined Boba while simultaneously bringing up this kind of cooler character. I love his blasters, the Westar 34s, I think, because they look more like sci-fi blasters. A lot of the pistols look like actual guns, just kind of repurposed. Oh, damn! What's Steve got?
Steve's got the Wookiee book that Mo wants him to read.
You doubted me, didn't you, Mo? All right, Mo. Look what I found. I really did have every single Star Wars story ever told on any media in any format just to prove it. Okay, look, who the fuck has this?
Wicket finds a way.
The
This is
Ewoks
incredible.
Save the day.
What?
Look, I got two of this one. The baby Ewoks picnic surprise. 3 cheers for Nisa, an Ewok adventure. Nisa means princess. They call the little girl in the Ewok movie. All the Ewoks keep saying, Nisa, Nisa. Ewoks hang gliding adventure.
Perth Comics says Steve is reading at a 2nd grade level.
This one's my favorite. That's Wicked's brother, Willie.
Willie the Ewok.
In the movies, they call him Whittle, but in the cartoon, his name is Willie. So I don't know. I guess when you speak English Ewokies that they speak in the cartoon, that's how. But see, he was afraid, and then he became not afraid by the end. So that's a good story. Okay, here we go. Look, I read this one so much at the spine. I took this to school in kindergarten. Look, my mom wrote my name in it so no one could steal my Ewok or my Wookiee storybook. This was my favorite fucking thing ever. Look, right at the beginning. All right, we're going to do a full breakdown. Right at the beginning, we have...
Embiggen yourself if you're going to do this.
I apologize to everyone who's not Mo Biggs. How do we do this? Oh,
Kiwi skirts into the books, too.
Okay. So this one? Okay, here we go. Look, you start out right at the beginning. All the main characters from the Star Wars Holiday Special named so you can actually... fuck. I'm not good. Here, let me take Mo's shit off. It's blocking my... where the... Okay. Now what? Okay. Okay. So you see here, Itchy, but his name is Attic. There you go. Something like that. Lumpa Warump and Malado Buck. Or whatever. Okay, now awesome, isn't it? That's Chewbacca's house where he lives. And Lumpy is very sad because it's Chewbacca's birthday. He's 200 years old, and his son Lumpy doesn't have a present for him. He wants to make him his favorite Wasca berry pudding, and he has no Wasca berries because they only grow deep down. So, there's Itchy. He's always degenerate. Look, on the holiday special, he was tripping acid. Now here he is smoking weed. Here's the underworld of Kashyyyk deep down. You do not want to go down below because look at all the freaking monsters. There's like 20 monsters just in one picture.
Spooky.
Okay. Next.
Steve is speed reading through this. He's saving you guys all the time with actually reading the words.
They tell you, well, you got to read it for yourself. I'm just giving you, a
breakdown.
So Chewbacca's father, Itchy, tells Chewbacca's son, Lumpy, the story about how his father, Chewbacca, became the great captain, co-pilot of the Millennium Falcon and first mate. It's because some lizard people in the EU, it's the Trando Shams, but you can see in this book, they were just like some weird lizard people originally. They enslaved the Wookiees, and Han Solo came and helped to free them, and Chewbacca owed him a life debt and followed and went with him to repay his life debt. And then we see Lumpy. He is very excited that his dad is such a great hero, so he is going to go on an adventure to get some Wasca berries.
Oh, hey, JB, Jeremy Burtz.
Wasca berries. What's up, JB? We're going over the Wookiee storybook. A full breakdown. Look, he is pretty brave. He doesn't want to go, but he overcomes his fear because he wants to be brave like his dad Chewbacca. So he goes down. But, oh shit, it's slippery. Look. He falls. This had me very upset when I was a little kid. I was very scared. He splashes right in the water.
I can imagine little Steve being afraid to turn the next page, like, Mom.
I was like, "Ooh, he landed in the water." But then I was like, "Oh no, but there's a monster in there I saw." Meanwhile, Mala is frantic. She cannot find. She can't find Lumpy anywhere. She's like, "Is he in this cupboard?" She goes outside. She calls Mala right here. She says, "Lumpy, Lumpy." He's not there. That's translated from Wookiee. So she uses her special force mind power, just like Luke and Princess Leia. Check it out. She says, "Chewie, hear me, Chewie." He says, "I gotta get home to Mala for my bicentennial birthday party, too." She's like, oh no, my wife is in trouble."
Is this all pre-holiday special?
This came out in like This came out right when the holiday special came out.
I mean, this is a prequel to it, though, right?
I can't put that timeline together. Crazy. Not even I can figure that one out. So they get there and they look on their computer, on their laptop, and they see Lumpy is in trouble with the swamp creatures. Look at this freaking thing right there. It's got his eye on him too. It's gonna eat him. And then this fucking crazy thing jumps out at him. Look at that thing.
It's like a kangaroo blowfish.
Mm-hmm. It's like something. Okay, and then he jumps in this.
It's like a tribble that's actually some trouble. That's horrifying.
But check this out. I bet you guys didn't know that the Millennium Falcon has its own mini space fighter right on board that can shoot out. I can't get this shit over. Look, shoots right out the side. That was pretty fortunate. And look, he flies down into the swamp. Come on. Look, there's Lumpy. He says, "Look, Dad, I'm over here." And then he picks him up.
What a great idea for a birthday gift. Let's worry the hell out of my own father.
Well, he knows. See, he cries. He's like, "I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't mean to. I wanted to be a hero and get Waska berries." And Chewbacca says, "Oh, here he says."
Did you say ayahuasca berries?
Yeah.
What's he picking up?
Wasaka berries. He says, "Look,
Wasaka.
Lumpy, you are a hero. Even when you were afraid, you kept trying. That is what makes a hero." So Crazy and Nate, we're fucking heroes. Finally have Chewbacca's birthday party.
Oh.
And I live happily ever after.
Chewie's kind of a terrible father.
Yeah, he just flies around with Han Solo, fucking hanging out at space cantinas, talking to space hordes and running space spice.
He only shows up at home on Kashyyyk for his own birthday.
Yep, with Wasaka berries and Life Day. He showed up for Life Day too.
Damn. He'd probably get stabbed by his kid too, I'd think.
There we got this one, The Mystery of the Rebellious Robot. This one.
Kiwi Skirt says, "Oh wow, what a story. Made the whole sitting through the game crap worthwhile." Thanks, Steve.
We got something for everybody around here. See, we got the Millennium Falcon. Look at the drawings on this as well. Chewbacca playing not hollow chess, but look, they're just playing straight up poker. Look.
Yeah, it's not even Sabak or anything.
No, he's got ace. He's got the ace of spades, man.
Oh,
Only
damn.
card he needs.
3PO playing the cards. Mo Biggs has a great idea. That image of the party should be a poster. I think that should be the stretch goal for the Droids cartoons on Blu-ray when we start up that. Yeah. Put that on Blu-ray. Watch out, Lucasfilm.
All the droids start acting crazy and no one knows why. And here we go, skip ahead on this one. So I get, oh shit, look. Read it too much, fuck. So all the top rebel scientists have to analyze that thing right there. It doesn't even look like it would fit inside a fucking RT unit, but anyway.
Perse says Chewie, rather than go home when his life debt ends, hangs out with Rey.
I know, what the fuck. Look at Chewbacca or 3PO over here, Ape.
He's got a stomach ache or what's going on?
I have no fucking. All of the droids are acting bad. See, that's why it's called the mystery of the rebellious robot. So,
Mo says, I like that Steve took the pictures and made his own story. He didn't let his illiteracy stand in the way of sharing some Wookiee wisdom. That is what makes a hero.
I am a hero. Look, see, here's the problem. They got Jawas. They got an infestation of Jawas. So Chewbacca comes in. He's like, fuck you, Jawas. Get the fuck out of here. And they take like several pages to
I'll bet that's not what he really says in that book.
Oh, no, he does. And then, look, he finally gets a medal.
A medal. Oh.
Running Jawas away is way more heroic than blowing up a Death Star or saving a princess or any of that shit.
I mean, they blew up a handful of Death Stars in Star Wars, so only a few times have Jawas been chased away.
That's true, successfully. That was probably my favorite part of Mando when he starts shooting pot shots at the Jawas.
he just like starts murdering them, disintegrating them.
Yeah, and then he's like doing deals with them later, and they're like, all right, it's all good. So I just got a little video up here because we saw Jeremy Burt's in the chat.
Oh, yeah, Jeremy, he drew that.
Yeah, he did. Did a great job of it, too.
That's cool. I like watching people fast draw when they speed it up.
Yeah, this is his short. You can see the whole thing. It's like 4 or 5 minutes, I think, is his other video. This is just a short, but I recommend you guys giving it a watch. It's like a full painting, portrait.
Yeah, JB really kills it on this, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he does different stuff like this all the time. A lot of Star Wars stuff.
If he's even still here. I don't blame him for dipping out for Ewok Story Hour.
That was fucking awesome. That was the best segment that's ever been on this show. Probably.
Should make it a regular. If we don't have Ask Steve, we need to have Read with Steve.
Yeah. It's going to be like, yeah.
Well, if we get some questions in the comment sections for Ask Steve, we'll be returning with some Ask Steves.
If you have any questions about these books, let me know. I can answer them. I've read all of those.
Mobig says, one in the chat if you like story time better than the game coverage. I've seen 3 ones.
What is it? What was the question?
Put a 1 in the chat if you like story time better than the game coverage.
1 and 2. All right. We can do whatever we want. Doc just like, we're awesome. So whatever we do, you know, it'll be awesome. I have a question. What about the books? When are you going to read one of the Ewok books? All right.
You're still cock teasing poor Mo here. Like, fine, I'll read the books, and you read the Wookiee books.
Some of these are kind of long. The one that is really good, actually, I don't know if I sold it because it was worth money. It was something about Tebow. It was written by Phil Tippett. I wonder if I have this. The Adventures of Tebow or something like that. And he fights a Gorax, and it was like this thick, and it was illustrated. I'll have to find that one if I have it. Watch, I don't even have it anymore. Here is when I was collecting action figures, I had every Star Wars action figure ever made, and I had all 6 of the prototype figures from the Ewoks cartoon that were never made. And my favorite one of all of them was this dude right here. That's Wicked's brother. His name is Weechie, and he's really grumpy.
How many brothers does Wicket have?
Weechie and Willie. That's Weechie. They never had an action figure of him, but not even in the unmade ones. Tebow. That's supposed to be the same Tebow. In the Return of the Jedi, Tebow is the one. He's got gray stripes and he has a skull on his head, and he's the first one that finds Han Solo and sticks a spear at him. And he looks like a full-grown Ewok. And in the cartoons and all this other stuff, he's like a small Ewok that hangs out with Wicket and Princess Nisa, and he's Wicket's best friend. So I don't know why there's a contradiction in Star Wars continuity like that in the Ewoks, but
Elmer Dew says this is almost better than Drag Queen Story Hour.
This is Wicked's dad. His name is Deej, and that's his mom. The fuck is her name? Shodu. Yeah, Shodu. That's Ewoks. That's Wicked's mom. Shodu.
Shodu, Deej, and her kids, Weechie, Wicket, and Willie.
This was another one I had the prototype of, Cheap Chirpa. I know that the guy I sold him to probably still has them all. I should go track him down and get him to do a video with me.
Wasn't Ramba a brother too?
Ramba, yeah. There's no segue. The video isn't made. No, Ramba's just Ramba was one of the Kenner action figures, and there's a picture of him so you can tell which one that it was from Return of the Jedi. You like getting banged out by Deej, sure do. The high T-Wops. Yeah, Jeremy, we liked your drawing.
Liked it a lot, dude. It's great. If anybody else has Star Wars art, feel free to send it to us, Discord, Twitter, whatever. When I come across it, I just like to share it. I know that Chemo had something pretty cool. Didn't get to grab that, but yeah.
Kemosabe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kemosabe returns.
Yeah, we'll have to get it from.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's in the back room. We just didn't cut it down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gotta cut it down. Give it a time lapse.
Well,
did a pretty good one.
Thanks for telling everybody in our audience about this shit we don't have to show them. That was cool.
Well, we can show them this shit, or we can show them some droids shit. How do you feel about that?
You want to show droids?
Yeah.
If we play it too soon, everyone will have no reason to stay here. If we play it too late, everyone will already leave. So it's a very.
Well, Perth asks you, do you have the vinyl for Ewoks Join the Fight?
I do have some 45 vinyls there. I don't think that one came with a vinyl record, did it? It might. There is one with the record. There's like 5 fucking versions of this Ewok Joins the Fight thing, I think.
Yes.
What are we looking for?
Yes,
I might have it over here. I do have. Hold on. Okay, I do have Droid World and Planet of the Hoojibs for sure, right over there. So I was showing them the damn Playgul the other day, like 3 months ago, and I never put them away. They're right there. Okay, here we go. Let's play droids, and then we'll talk about that. Let me get this shit off the screen. All right, bear with me, people. Okay, which one is it? This one? All right, here we go. Droids episode 5. Creeping softly through my crackhead hole. My crack pipe in my hand. It's just his brain, addicted to cocaine. It's got me running again, smoking again. I put my life in jeopardy in my search for big crack rocks. I wouldn't care, but it's a dangerous affair. It's got me running again, smoking again. After following a mysterious comet in search of the legendary crack planet, our heroes find themselves spiraling into the Crack Smoke Nebula.
Are we at Space Woodstock? Because we're about to hit that purple haze. Oh no!
Good job, R2. We're not out of this yet.
Yes, nice job raw dogging the ship, R2. Oh my.
What the fuck is that thing?
It resembles a predatory bird of some sort. Perhaps a falcon?
Some kind of giant metal space fish. It's huge. It's got us in a crack.
It could be a sparrow.
It's gonna eat us.
Oh, it's a swallow.
Oh no, it's just a spaceship. Sure.
You're high.
Maybe these guys have some crack.
Perhaps we could find a tenor for our Papa Shock quartet.
Alright, R2. Be cool. Crack dealers don't like weird robots, 3PO.
Naruto isn't
Yo, what's up, dudes?
Welcome to our corner of the galaxy. Would you like to buy some crack cocaine? We have the best rocks in the galaxy. Guaranteed.
Oh my.
We weren't really looking to buy.
I'll pay you back.
I mean, to say, maybe, could you front us a couple keys?
Broke ass.
Careful, sir. They could be narcs. They some strange-looking dudes.
Nah, these guys seem cool enough. Come have a look around. I'll give you a tour of our fabulous crack factory. Most of these boxes are empty, but we're getting ready to put crack in them very soon. We have the best crack packing robots in all of the universe. The best money can buy.
Do they pack fudge?
We're going to need them for all the crack we're going to sell.
Yeah, it's cool. I like crack.
We got a ton of customers. Look, here's one now.
Oh dear.
This isn't good. That space Jesus owes me 40 keshels, and I want it.
What? He owes you money? He just asked me for a front.
Whoa, time to get the fuck out of here, 3PO.
That's not how we do business. Get them.
Run! Get them.
I didn't know you were broke.
This way.
What happened to the credits I lent you?
Look out.
Did you spend it all on Lando coin? Obi-Wan told me there would be no moon.
What do you want, Screed? I want my 40 keshel. I don't have it. That crack you sold us was whack.
Space bollocks.
I didn't even get high off it.
All this for proper... Look out! It's a titty-twisting toaster!
Oh, no. Look out, 3PO duck! Go! This way!
I love you.
Oh no! Over here, 3PO!
This way, R2. No, this way. And if you don't like it, you can suck my dongle, you malodorous butt plug.
You smelled what? Oh, score! 8-ball corner pocket. Boo!
What the fuck are you guys doing? Hurry the fuck up! Let's get the fuck out of here! Fuck you, Screed. And your 40 fucking casuals.
Indeed!
I want my casuals.
With all the casuals we stand to make, why let 40 casuals bother you so much? That Space Jesus is just a crackhead. We can help you get Space Jesus.
It's the principle involved.
And that Bespin rooftop performance was the last time Max Rebo ever played with those Jizz Whalers. I'm not making fun, that was their name.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah, you're telling me, Steve.
I do this all the time. I was just, you fucking motherfuckers. I was just saying how that is the greatest achievement of all of the Earth's whole history of animation and science fiction, that we've reached peak right there. Everything in all time, everything led up to this moment. We're here now.
It's very much in the spirit of Lucas, too, because you had what was a solid episode, but you didn't stop there. You said there's more work to be done.
Made it better. I used more high-tech effects and some green screen layering and my computer to do computer stuff that I couldn't have done just a few short years ago. It's just like the crazy world we live in.
Yeah.
All thanks to George Lucas.
It's amazing that you can do all that on your computer, but you can't hit the unmute button.
It's two different things. Crazy. Welcome, Manticore, to our show. It's kind of retarded, but we're glad you're here.
You came at the most retarded part for sure.
We're just about to talk about Knights of the Old Republic. Is that correct?
How do you follow? How do you follow that great episode with a discussion about this old ass game?
I don't know, man. I mean,
well, even Mo said earlier that this game is actually good.
You like this game, Mo?
To be
I'm
fair,
just surprised to hear you like anything.
This is one of my top 5 games of all time.
You know how it like kept track of your hours when you saved it? It would tell you how many hours you've been playing it.
Yes.
Like I had one, it was like 135 hours or something just on one game. Not because I was bad at it, but because I like explored all around and found every single side mission in every different fucking variation that you could. You know what I mean?
Purse says, got the KOTOR Xbox game sitting in front of me right now. Haven't played it yet.
You should play it. You have an Xbox still, or is there like a new release out or something?
Well, there's a lot of talk about this right now in the gaming world. Apparently, KOTOR was working on a remaster, which was going to combine 1 and 2 into a single game, I believe.
Yeah, 2 got put out too soon, and there was like a quarter or a third of what they had planned on putting in there. They just dumped all the content out, and apparently some of it was embedded in the PC version or something, and someone found a code to extract it, but it's buggy and missing parts or whatever. But apparently they were gonna like finish all of that and remaster all of the rest of the original games and release it as like this ultimate edition. And some places are reporting it's canceled, and a way more credible source is saying it's not.
Yeah, there's a lot of hubbub about it right now. It's, do you believe the game journalists or do you believe the parent company? We all know the game journalists are super trustworthy in this space.
But we also know that multi-million-dollar mega corporations are also super trustworthy too, don't we? So
It's great to live in a time where we can trust.
we can
so
just
many.
trust everybody, no matter what anybody says. It's all true.
They do have they did re-release these games on I think a few new consoles, Switch, PS5, individually, but it was like a limited run game sort of thing. So of course, like buying them on the secondary market, it's like prices are way up.
How did you avoid the red circle of death, Perth? My Xbox crapped out a long time ago, and I went and got it fixed by this dude at the mall who repaired old Xboxes, and then it lasted for like a year or two, and then it broke again. Just the red circle.
Well, there's a very simple way to cure the Xbox red circle of death. Get a PlayStation.
I had a PlayStation 2. Is that old? Like, is it like, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Well, to be fair, KOTOR here was an Xbox exclusive. I believe it was also on PC.
It was on PC.
But it was an exclusive to the console Xbox.
It was an exclusive that you could also play on your computer.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
I forget this first guy's name. He's in the very first scene. He gets killed. And then you got, what's his name? Karth. Is that his name? And then...
fuck, you got me, dude. The only one I remember is Bastila Shan.
Mission Veo, Zalabar or Xanabar, the Wookiee, something Zalbar maybe, and then Bastila Shan, Canderous Ordo, I forget this droid's name, it's numbers or something probably, and then Juhani, who apparently is the first lesbian Star Wars character ever, according to game journalists and internet people, because she says she loved Revan. She said, I loved her. So
the lady with the yellow eyes?
Yeah. She's like a cat person.
Yeah, but
the cat person.
Revan is a dude.
Sometimes, but like when you played Revan as a female, there was actually like different dialogue and different scenes. And more so when you got into part 2, if you played it like male or female, like one of the characters in your group, if you played as a male, was that white-haired chick that always wanted to fight you naked in her underwear. You know what I'm talking about? And she would like every time she'd be like, let's fight. And then it would cut to a scene and she'd be like in her black bikini or whatever, like every time. And then she said something about like her religion was to not fight with her clothes on or something. I don't know, it was fucked up. But if you played as a chick,
I'd like to convert.
If you played as a chick when you're on Dantooine looking around in the Jedi library, this other guy would join your group, and he was like some kind of Jedi historian or whatever, and he would only join up with the female rep. It wasn't rep, it was the exile in that one. He would join up with the female exile, and that other chick would join up with the male exile. And then if you were dark or light, there was a lot of other story variations too. Like you could, there was like 4 ways to play each game at a minimum, because you could go female dark, female light, male dark, male light, and get 4 different games every time.
Oh, dark was so hard to play though.
It got to like it was easy at first, and they got to the point where everywhere you went, you'd say something to someone, end up having to kill the whole fucking town.
Yep. Like entering a town is just murderous if you were
the first person who talks to you, you pick the evil thing. You're like, fuck you, I'll take that. Steal his fucking shit. Then everybody hates you. You got to kill everybody everywhere you go.
Perth's got the right idea. He says it's not official until I see scissoring. I'm right there with you, Perth.
Yeah.
Until they start slamming clam, It ain't true. It's not canon. That ain't the case.
Yeah, she was like, I loved her. And I always figured, like, you know, I mean, she's like, not saying that, but she, you know, I mean, like, she idolized her as a hero and whatever, but I guess it's open to interpretation.
Like, Jeremy.
Oh, what did Jerry, what he send us? Right here? Okay. How do I play these clips? Let me
see. Go ahead and you got it. Okay. So let me see if I can. I can probably try to share it.
Okay.
Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm
Bird,
semi-retarded on controlling this shit.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's see here.
What do you got for us?
Let's see here.
Let me remove.
Maybe I can. Cannot share. Let's see here.
Yeah, even for an open world RPG like KOTOR was, it was still very linear.
Yeah, I mean, you had to do certain specific things in order to get it to advance at certain points. Okay, what we got?
What indeed?
Whoa! They're awfully frisky. You're not allowed to have vodka. Sorry.
Okay, so this is a martini.
Yes, this is the bootini.
The bootini.
But look how cute. You actually take some decorative icing, and then you're just going to put some blood. Ooh, gushing along the side.
He's indoor walking.
The bootini. What the fuck? What? Oh man, no.
The fuck
is about that?
This is the Today Show, I believe.
Look at that title. Ewoks on the Today Show. One humps Al Roker's leg. I gotta see this.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow. Wait, let's see that again. Go ahead. Woo! That's after too many martinis.
Hey! Oh, stop it.
Oh, and you need an Ewok to do your party tricks too.
Apparently, you need a couple of these guys.
Hey!
Oh!
And you need an Ewok to do your party tricks too.
Apparently, you need a couple of these guys.
Hey!
That's a bad Ewok. That's a bad Ewok.
Oh man, is it worth it to watch the rest, Mo Jaybirds? That's pretty great. Oh, Steve, are you still there?
I'm just like, I once put on this channel a video called No Ewok Sex, where I condemned people sending me questions about having sex with Ewoks. And now you've seen it for yourself. Like I told you, like, you don't, like, that's great. Like, you guys should have listened to me.
Mo says yes. Keep playing it.
Play away.
And the fact that it's Al Roker doesn't help either.
I feel so dirty. These are some of the risks of live television. Okay.
Yeah! Oh gosh, wow, it's working out.
Well, Yvette Rios.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you're glad you came. BetterHomesAndGardens.com.
Looks like this the reason that you get Ewok sex
Or
questions.
maybe not. But first, this is Today on NBC.
That. Oh.
Mo, I'm disappointed that you'd bring furry Ewok sexual stuff into our.
That was like some famous midget actor who just got fired or something from something. His career's over, and he's just like, "Fuck it." It's that little dude who was
a comedian,
Kramer's friend on Seinfeld or something.
Was he the Pat Shannon one?
Fuck everything. I'm humping Al Roker's leg. Like, where do you go? You know what I mean? Like, I once played. Let me tell you, back in the day, I played an Ewok on NBC. Oh yeah, what happened? Well, I humped Al Roker's leg, and you know, I've been working at fucking Taco Bell ever since then. Like what?
What a legend, though. Like, what a way to go out.
Yeah.
To totally end your career. And they kept playing the segment for like 30 seconds after, thinking something good would happen afterwards. Once Al Roker's leg gets humped, cut it.
Yeah,
That's it for the segment.
Someone was sleeping there in the control room or whatever. Yeah.
Thank you, Jay Burtz, for that. That's great content. That's going in some videos for sure.
That's going in folder 66 for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh man.
I don't even know where to go after that. Like,
I truly have no idea.
What the fuck are we doing?
Oh wait, I know what we need to do. There's one more game that we haven't discussed, and it's going to give you guys nightmares.
I hate this fucking thing.
Oh my god, dude. This is like just the worst thing ever.
And to make it even worse is even if you do beat this piece of crap game, it offers you nothing. It's the same story, the same plot as Star Wars Episode 1. There's nothing really added to it in any way that's cool enough to go through the agony and torture of sitting through this fucking piece of shit game that makes you fucking jump and jump and jump and jump and jump and having to keep restarting the levels over and over because you keep falling these fucking look at this thing right in the bottom corner of this box on the screen. See these columns? You have to jump from there to there to there to there to there, then to there, and it's very hard. It sucks.
For you guys in the chat that don't know, this is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, the game.
The least fun game ever made on all the earth.
It is one of the more difficult Star Wars games, and it's not even like the action that's difficult in this game or the fighting of any kind. It's the goddamn jumps. The jump, dude, you could sit there for 8 hours and miss the same jump 100 times.
I did kick ass on Masters of Terrace Cassie. I think it was on PlayStation 1, maybe, or Sega Genesis. No, it was on a disc. It was on PlayStation 1, I think. And I didn't have a PlayStation 1, but I had that game, and I took it over to my friend's house and played it, and I kicked his ass and all his friends' ass. There was a fucking Tusken Raider. I always used to use him. I forget his name. It was like, started with an H, I think. I can't remember names right now. From the 1995 video games. But anyway, back to Episode 1. This game sucks.
This is one of several tie-in games for Episode 1. Like I forgot how much there was. There was a mass marketing effort to get Episode 1 just all the junk possible. Like there are tons of toys, but there are also tons of tie-in games. You had like 2 Naboo Starfighter games that were really different.
That one was cool. The Naboo Starfighter, the one they were on Nintendo 64, right?
Yes.
Pod Racer and Naboo Starfighter.
Pod Racer, yep.
Was a continuation or a sequel to X-Wing Rogue Squadron. There was a version, I forget what it was called, where you played it as in an X-Wing, an A-Wing, and B-Wing, and then they came out with the other one of the Naboo, and it was basically just like the X-Wing one, only it was with all the Naboo Episode 1 ships.
Yeah, and like the last mission was to go up to the droid control space station.
Yeah,
kind of help Anakin blow that up. It was pretty cool. Was Obi-Wan part of that initial launch, or was that Star Wars Obi-Wan? So I feel like there were more than just this game where you played as Obi-Wan.
Thing on the Xbox, I think it came with the Xbox when you bought the Xbox, maybe, or something.
Oh, for real?
I can't remember. I do remember buying it for like $7 or something and trying to play it. I didn't like it that much.
Yeah, see, Mo knows Battle for Naboo was surprisingly okay. Star Wars Obi-Wan was pretty good. Felix? Yeah, Battle for Naboo.
Hold on
this game,
second.
This
Okay,
game is
okay.
wild. I've never seen this played. When you guys mentioned it, I thought like it can't be that bad. This game is ass. This thing is awful.
It wasn't bad at the time, like graphic wise or anything. At the time,
Sure, it's suitable. It's just I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the play style. I feel like this
Yeah,
over the head look. It leaves a lot of blind corners.
It makes jumping
You know?
fucking impossible.
oh, dude, I believe we may have a video of that too, don't we?
Oh yeah, I got you right here with the jumping. Let's see, right here.
Oh,
I think when you go through this door, it switches back. Yeah, it does. Okay, so now we're back at Obi-Wan.
This
You
is
can
the
see there's
worst
stuff
too.
on Bygone again.
I never even made it this far.
I did. I made it to this
And
point.
I think you have to jump to that circle there. Oh, yeah, you do. So I'm going to wait for this to go back up so that you can do. So what you need to do is
Mobig says, to be fair, the graphics on the episode 1 game look at least as good as the Rebels
I'm actually doing these
series.
jumps really well. I'm doing terrible at these jumps. Usually I have to do, maybe 4 or 5 times to get
This
right.
looks like the world
I'm
between
actually
worlds.
well. I'm very surprised. This game isn't hard to play and commentate at the
Oh,
same time. I mean,
we're not even covering like all the
not
games.
terrible, but
I know exactly what
actually
arcade
jump.
game you're talking about,
Yeah,
though. That
I
thing's
died.
awesome. We can talk about that in another
As soon
episode.
as I say these jumps aren't actually that
Zabe
hard, I'm
has
done.
that up there in
And I'm back, guys.
Chicago.
So let's
I
again.
played it.
Oh, for real at the arcade?
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay,
I
try.
went up there with Fowler.
Okay.
I walked in there and they took me right to it. They're like, "Oh,
I
here's
kept
what
saying
you want to
that these jumps were easy. Why did I
Fighting
say
Boba
that?
Fett was always hard
Okay,
for me.
please work this
I
time.
don't know.
Come on.
I was a
Come
kid
on,
with
I
poor
was right
hand-eye
next-
coordination.
This
This
was
jump
me
is seriously the
during
worst
this
jump in the
game.
world.
I can't
hate
hear what you
this
guys
jump
are saying. Does this thing do anything else? Are we done?
And of course, I do it the
Okay.
try after I stop recording.
You guys were just talking about, what'd you say, something about episode 1 and they put out a whole ton of shit. Okay, remember when I was telling you earlier last week or something when they were showing all those Ahsoka toys and there was that one and I was like, they never sell those freaking things. And then you remember earlier tonight I was telling you most of the Star Wars stuff I have around here is stuff that I couldn't sell because no one wanted it. And there was some stuff that I knew I couldn't sell so hard, like 6-7 years ago when I moved to Ohio from Florida, that I just left it all at my mom's house in Florida. And she just came up here for Thanksgiving and she brought like a trunk load of shit. And you're just talking about episode 1. Okay, I'll show you some stuff.
Oh, here we go. Mermaid, if you're here, Steve's going to dance for you.
Just like that Ahsoka thing that they had, and it's sitting up in my Myers right now for like $30. That thing will be like $6.
Well, you got some glare on there,
very
so people
soon,
can't really
just
see
like
it.
This one was.
He can't hear us crazy. He doesn't
You
have
got
his earphones in.
talking, no one gives a shit about them.
Just let him talk.
This one's pretty
Beautiful.
cool. Crazy said he might like it, but this was like $29 or $39.99, 29 or
It's a lot of glare.
39, something like that when it was brand new, and I think it was a Walmart exclusive in like 1998, 99. And I found this thing. I looked it up on eBay, and it goes for like $29.99 plus shipping to up to maybe like $49.99. Like it ain't worth shit. It's worth what it was worth. It's cool though. Check it out. But if
Jay
you
Bruce,
put
I
one
know
of these in your
exactly what you're
closet
talking about.
to be a collectible one day, it ain't worth shit.
That's what you find with most episode 1 stuff. Like
Yeah.
it just you can't resell it, man.
No, its value is non-existent.
2 more Darth Mauls that no one would ever buy because they're these stupid kind of action figures that no one gives a shit about.
Maybe Steve can give that to me for Christmas. That'd be nice.
Which one?
All of them.
I didn't have my headphones in when I was showing all this. I didn't hear anything. You say you can have some of these.
Yeah, I know we talk a lot of shit.
This one would probably cost more. The shipping is probably like worth like if I sold this on eBay, I'd probably get like $5 for the toy and $8 to ship it or something.
Well, you're getting a lot of glare on the package, so you can't really see it or tell what it is.
Okay.
That's good. Look at that. So I see like perforation in the front over there. Does he have like a voice box or something?
There's holes. There's a hole in the back. The batteries are probably dead. Yeah, there's a hole in the back. Oh shit! I'm gonna push it out of this. Yeah, I think the batteries are dead. Don't say nothing anymore.
Damn.
There's a hole in the back. You totally sold Ape.
Oh, gosh darn it.
Lightsaber attack moves. This one's ripped. I don't know what happened to it. Oh well. Looks like it's been opened before too.
Just want Steve to press his back and hear him say, "At last we will have our revenge."
At last we will reveal ourselves.
These are like the shit no one would buy off me.
Because that's like the only 2 lines he says in the entire movie.
Considering they're pretty badass lines, you know. At last we will make ourselves known to the Jedi. At last we will have our revenge.
Yeah. Time.
Pretty sweet.
They deserved their revenge. They waited.
You know what I really loved about that episode 1 game though? It's got some great stuff with the Gungans.
Broken the no comeback law. Pounded until death.
Used to broken the no comebacky law. Used to be pounded until death. Fucking great.
I know I need to get some shelves and some posters and stuff up there, but this is my mom's basement, so I'll have to ask her.
Okay, everybody, we need to all ask Steve's mom together. Get your letters out.
Dear
Steve's mom.
Like if you spend your whole life becoming the most knowledgeable Star Wars expert, you don't do that without sacrifice. Like, I mean, you might have to live in your mom's basement. Maybe that's what you do with your life.
Well, next time Mo Biggs goes to put money on your mom's window, we'll have him politely ask her if you can put some posters up.
Yeah, leave a solid 20 and just write a note that says, "This is good for one shelf from IKEA." Please give to Steve.
My friend Ben, that I might have mentioned it before, like me and my friend Mike sell a lot of the junk that we find and trade and whatever to him because he likes to build all kinds of shit out of it or whatever. But his friend, we went over there. He's got his friend now works at the movie theater, and somehow he got this one of those hot dog machines from the movie theater, and he had a whole like shit ton of movie theater popcorn in this big ass Ziploc bag, and he also had a whole bunch of movie posters, and he was like excited, and he had a roll like that thick on one of them with like 50 posters in it, and he's real excited. This was earlier today, and he pulls it out and he goes, "Let's see," because we couldn't see what they were. It's just a big roll. He pulls it out and says, "Let's see what we got," and he pulls one out and holds it up. You know what it was? First one, Slay Queens. That was like cool, man. He did have some Transformers ones, and I think an Aquaman one, and something with The Rock or something, but I can't remember what it was. But there's a shit ton of them. We didn't even get to them all.
Mo Big says window. It was the nightstand.
I don't even know what he's referring to anymore. I'm too far behind.
I know what he was referring to, and I laughed, Mo. Thank you.
Sorry.
I like Perth's idea. Go to the Zaid arcade and fire up a live stream. Just get Crazy Mad right behind you and just play that Star Wars arcade game.
It's like 5-something hours from here or whatever, maybe 6.
Yeah, Chicago's a little closer to 6 hours away.
Okay.
And you
can
got
live
another,
stream the drive too.
And you got another hour to drive to get to me, Steve.
Well, we could go and play Star Wars the arcade game for 30 minutes and come back or something. Like we could film it. Well, I was getting my ass kicked when I was a little kid. I could rock that thing, and I was like bragging. I was like, "Oh, I'm good at this." And then I went up there and had Fowler and Whack Ass was there and Zayd.
Chimera.
He left because we smoked too much weed. But the Diaz brothers, Brandon, or which one's the taller one?
Brandon.
Brandon. Okay. So he's standing behind me like this, real tall, and Fowler's over here, and I'm like, I was telling him like I can kick this game's ass, and I went and I started playing it, and it whipped my ass, and I sucked. It was embarrassing. We can drive all the way up there crazy and come back and be like, sweet, we got 80 views.
We need Ape too. Like,
meet us in Chicago, Ape.
I'll meet you in Chicago. Yeah, sure.
We'll get pizza. You don't even have to go to the park where you get killed at. Like up by the airport, they got like this whole other city. I forget what it's called.
That's comforting.
Rosemont. And
yeah.
The airport there is a fucking city.
I got into Chicago once just in the airport. I looked outside and went, no, thank you.
Well, that's fair. Very fair.
I'm thinking the views could rival the Ewok read that you just did, Steve. It could be pretty epic.
You think?
They do have a medieval times in Chicago. I went to that.
I had one of those in Orlando.
It was
not
pretty fun.
but pretty close to Orlando, and I went there. And it kind of is weird to try to eat food with a bunch of, horse stable. It kind of stunk, kind of weird.
Highly suggest. Not eating food in a horse stable, but eating food at a medieval times.
I don't know, it just kind of had like that horse smell, you know what I mean? Like, wasn't really like, I don't know. I'm just saying. Go there, it was pretty cool, other than.
So what was your favorite part of the Star Wars arcade? Like the trilogy arcade?
The original one, where it was just like wireframes, just kept playing the same shit over and over. And like you went in, and the TIE fighters would come at you, and it was kind of first person, but like in the corners of the screen or whatever, just like like this. The X-wing guns are fixed in, and the target, instead of like actually the whole thing moving like this, it was all fixed, and just like your target moved around. So it looked kind of like weak. If you got past the TIE fighters, you got to go on this level with the towers, and you're like on the surface of the Death Star, and some of the guns were on the surface, and some of them were on the towers, just like he says in the movie. You have to blow up the guns, or these little squares on the surface and on top, and you have to blow them up. And then if somehow you managed to get through that, it sent you back to the first level to fight more starfighters, and then back to that one again, and then to the trench finally. And then when you got in the trench, it wasn't just straight down the trench like it was in the movie. Like there was 3 levels, and they would have like these bridges going across, and so sometimes there'd be 2, and you had to squeeze right through, and then there'd be like a high one and a low one, so you have to like and try to swerve your way through without crashing. And if you got like that far back in the like 80s at the arcade, Aladdin's Castle, that was the call. You went there and you put money in, you got tokens to play games or whatever. And if you got that good at Star Wars, you'd have like 20 people standing behind you just watching, like, look, he's gonna beat it. He's gonna beat it. That's how video games were back in the day.
Dude, I do miss the arcades.
It was kind of fun. They like have like the one that Zaid has. Supposedly like theirs is the biggest one on all of the earth or something maybe, but like there's one around here or something. It's like one of those chains. What are they called or whatever?
Dave and Buster's?
No, I forget what they're called.
Chuck E. Cheese?
No, it's like a family fun center type fucking thing.
Scene 75.
There you go. That's it. Yeah. And it's like that. I think you just go in and pay like per hour. You know what I mean? You go in and pay like $20 or something.
Not that Scene 75.
They
you put money on a card and then you can swipe the card for everything.
And it's still per game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gay. Because at Zaid, you just pay. You go in and you pay, and they're like, okay, now you're in. You can pay everything you want for free. Pay like admission. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how Dave and Buster still works, but I believe that's pay per game too.
Yeah, fucking.
But
like we were in there.
You go in and you put money on a card, and then you just swipe the card.
Yeah, you never get any. Like
play
we were in there playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game and the X-Men game. Remember those?
Oh yeah.
With all the
Like Turtles in
multiplayer.
Time?
I can't remember the name of the Turtles one, but they had the one where like 4 different players and each one could be one of the Turtles, and then they had the same setup with the Avengers and the X-Men, where you could be like one person was Wolverine, one was Cyclops, one was Nightcrawler, one was Colossus, and they might have even had 6 on some of them or whatever, but it's like a 2D scroller, and when you die, you can continue. So like back in the day, you'd sit there and we just, pump the quarters in those things. You'd end up spending $8 or whatever with your friends or whatever just to beat the game. And up there at Zaid, you just push the button, you just keep, you know what I mean? You just play through the whole game. You don't have to pay and stuff. It's like that's a way cooler way to run an arcade. It's probably way easier to count your money too. You don't have to have a bunch of quarters. Contemporary Resort, where's that?
Turtles in Time was dope. And the Simpsons game too. Man.
Oh yeah, I remember the Simpsons game.
So good.
What are you talking about, Mo? The good one.
The 90s Sega one. The trilogy.
Oh, yeah, they have that at my bowling alley, the sit-down version. When I was
For real?
In the 90s or something. I think Zay had that one up there. I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he had that one because he was bragging. He's like, I got the Star Wars game. And I was like thinking of the 70s one.
Because that's where everybody goes to.
Like before we went there, we were like at this restaurant, this Brazilian steakhouse or something. Like everyone that we knew, it was up there. We all went. And you should have seen Whack-Ass, man. He ate like he ate everything. It was pretty fun. But then we went to this arcade and played Star Wars games. And then they have this whole other room with pinball machines in it. It was also pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, this Glass Starfighter. I saw that in the movie theater. You had to beat a video game to go fight actual aliens in space. It made total sense that an 80s video game would train you to save the galaxy.
Sulky Ewok says Disney in Florida is the contemporary resort.
Oh, okay. I've been to Disney in Florida way too many fucking times. Because I lived in Florida. And my sister always wanted to come there on vacation and go to Disney World. It was terrible.
Oh, Doc Hayes loves The Last Starfighter.
Last Starfighter was pretty cool. Except, remember when they left that weird robot thing in his bed or something so that his family wouldn't notice he was gone to go save the galaxy. You don't remember that? It was weird.
I do not.
Doc Hayes knows what I'm talking about. It's like this weird thing. What do you guys want to do? You got more stuff, or we?
Oh, that's all the games I had covered here. There are a lot of Star Wars games, obviously, contemporary and old. We could go for 8 hours just talking about a quarter of them, but that's all I got prepared personally.
Just like off the top of my head, ones we didn't mention that I like: Battlefront. Obviously, Battlefront 2 and Battlefront were pretty fun, just to fight a bunch of people.
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed, I never got to because my
the first one was really good. The second one, not so much.
No, not so much.
But yeah, that's where everyone became Star Killer.
Yes, everybody at once became Star. Literally, actually, the plot of number 2 is like, we're gonna make a lot of Star Killers, and it doesn't work out great. Clone and stuff. Once you open that Pandora's box of cloning, there's no closing it back up. You know, everybody's going to start cloning the Force sensitives, like Gideon did.
So at the end of the first one, they killed Star Killer.
Or did they?
And then they cloned him for the second game.
Yeah. This is a pretty cool, like, DLC where you can fight Luke on Hoth, and you turn him to the dark side by beating his ass, I guess.
I did not
all
know
it takes
that.
with Luke. Yeah.
Did not know that there was a fucking mod for that.
Yeah. Battlefront 2 is amazing. The amount of heroes you get to play as. Was it Battlefront 2 where you could, like, in the space battle, you could actually, like, take your ship and then land into, like, an Imperial Star Cruiser?
Flying the ships, and that was... It wasn't that fun, like, trying to steer those things. It was hard, but you could actually, like, be on the hangar of one ship, go and get in a ship, and fly to the hangar of another ship and get out and fight on that ship, and that was wild.
Yes. That's crazy. And that's something that, like, the contemporary Battlefronts just can't seem to do. As cool and polished as they look, I don't know. I miss the old ones.
If there was a new Star Wars game to come out, what would you guys like to see?
I don't know, because I don't have any way to play it right now. I don't have... The last thing I had a PlayStation 2 and an Xbox, and I've been out ever since then. Oh, I have a GameCube back here. It still works.
Oh, dope.
You want to see it?
Bring it up, dude. Let's come on. What you got on there, Pikmin?
It's not that interesting.
Mobiggs is absolutely right. Other than the graphics, the new Battlefront suck balls compared to the first two. Yeah. Coming straight out the gate with the loot boxes. Left a bad taste in my mouth. Here's another thing, too. Oh, still in the box. Still in the box.
How much is
Bert's
this?
got it. Open world with starfighter mechanics.
Dude, I would like to see a No Man's Sky mixed with a Skyrim type game.
I don't know where my one's
open world where you could go to any different planet. And there have like an RPG quest line. I think that would be great.
I want to see Knights of the Old Republic 3 or something similar to it. Just the way that it actually has a long and good story, but I don't think they have the attention span at Disney to make anything that requires that much time and development to make good.
No, they're never going to do another KOTOR because they're doing the MMO, the Old Republic MMO. And that's
not as fun, multi massive onlines are not as fun because people don't play right. You don't have a bunch
That's
of
the truth.
nerds.
That's the truth, though. Like they wear weird skin combinations that don't look good because they just want max buffing, and then they use all these exploits. They're probably going to find like a herd of dewbacks and just farm them for resources. You're right. It's no
not
fun.
that cool. And
The
it's
people
like,
who play the games make them the least fun.
Oh yeah, I don't want randomized, procedurally generated bullshit either, Mo. When I meant No Man's Sky, I meant more like the world of it, not like.
No Man's Sky's gotten a lot better, but
It has, but at the same time, it's like that kind of setting is how, like, if it was an actual Star Wars setting where you had like the worlds of Star Wars, and it wasn't just randomly generated worlds.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. But then would it be kind of like Destiny, where you have different planets, but you really just spawn on like one part of a planet? Like Tatooine, you're just kind of gonna go to like where the cantina is. You're not gonna be able to go all over Tatooine.
Well,
you know what I mean?
you get to explore a lot of it.
Imagine the size of that game, though, if it was like that. Like, you wouldn't be able to download it. Even like PC would have trouble running that.
There's some kind of massive multiplayer online. Star Citizen. My next door neighbor has been showing me this thing. They've been crowdfunding. Yeah, it's called Star Citizen. It's supposed to have planets that are as big as actual planets, and they've got all like it's been in beta for like 10 years, and they got all these features and everything. And it's like, by the time, I don't know, it seems kind of like massively way too big for them ever to achieve, and by the time they get it, no one's going to care anymore or something like that. But you look it up on the internet, it's called Star Citizen, and I've been hearing about it for a very long time. And
Sulky Hewok wants a Star Wars Sim City builder where he does very questionable things.
yeah, I was reading that. He's like, it could be like Grand Theft Land Speeder.
Grand Theft Landspeeder. Oh man. See, if I were to ask for a game, I want more pod racing. Jedi stuff that's always going to come out, blaster fire and such, it's fine. But nobody's really doing racing games. And imagine the capabilities we have with the technology we have in gaming. How many maps you could have, how many ways you can customize a pod racer, right? Or customize your own character. Shoot, you could have a simple story and then just do like massive online races. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. I don't know.
Yeah, that does sound like a good time. Like something you can line up with your friends and just, pass the controller back and forth, winners and losers and stuff.
They had this one game called Demolition where you could be all these different, I think it was on PlayStation 1 as well. Was there some kind of something in between PlayStation 1 and 2? Like like some kind of, I don't know, some kind of like bonus thing or something. Anyway, there's this game called Demolition right at the end of PlayStation 1. And you could be like Aura Singh on her speeder, or you could be like a twin pod cloud car from Bespin, or a snow speeder, or a Viker Scout. Like they had all kinds of vehicles from Star Wars, and the object was to just like go one-on-one and defeat each other, and then go into like these big demolition derby type things.
Was it called Star Wars Demolition?
Yep.
On Dreamcast, as
Dreamcast.
Says?
Yeah.
And he says, and it was mediocre at best.
Yeah, but it had these cut scenes in between where you win. And I swear to God, when they showed Aura Singh, she had this massive camel toe. It was freaking crazy.
Mo says, Ape just wants a Pac-Man game, except with a speeder.
Oh, yeah. He wants it to be an Ewok.
See, an Ewok game could be interesting, because like Endor, there was a lot of sort of cross-pollination with like different alien species crash landing on there. So I don't know. Ewok. Now, you know what? Forget I said that. I don't know if we can make a game out of that. Just Ewok survival.
Well, like you have level 1, you're an Ewok, and you have to like find some sunberries or something like that. And then you have like level 2, you have to fight a Duloc, and then like level 3, you have to go up to the top of Mount Sorrow to get tears. You know, and then by the time like you got to like
the end of the game is the Gorax.
Well, like the second level would be the Gorax, and then you probably have to fight like Morag, the Toggle Witch.
Donkey Kong Country, except with Wicket.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty great right there. Shoot.
You have like apes and Ewoks all in one.
Fight at that big castle. Oh man, this is great.
This is why we should be in charge of Lucasfilm.
Yeah, it'd be all Ewoks and crack smoking droids.
We should have put crack smoking droids into Solo instead of that freedom fighting droid. I think that would have gone over better with the kids.
Yeah. Instead of
droid
saying
was an
you're
addict.
free, she should have been like, I got crack, and then they're all like, cool, and they abandoned the coast to come smoke crack. Or something.
I could have totally done without Pando Calrissian too.
That movie could have been a lot cooler. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right,
you guys ready?
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah,
It's about time. Thanks everybody for coming in. Sulky Ewok, thank you again for coming. Elmer Dew, Courtney, thanks for catching us on the end.
Yeah, Mo, always. Link Master Felix Haas, Perth Common.
Oh yeah, and don't forget Sunday after Thanksgiving, Crack Pack Holiday Special, right here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, featuring all great artists, creators, talent, actors, whatever, creators in the entire Crack Pack.
Doc Hayes, thanks for showing up. JB, Jeremy Burke. Dean was here for a minute.
Kiwi Skirt, thank you as always.
Kiwi Skirt, BK.
Manicore. All this always coming in at the beginning. Thank you, brother.
All this, yeah. Jeremy was here too. Scarlet Fever. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit.
Make sure to tune in for that holiday special. It's a tradition. Crack Pack Tradition.
Third annual.
It's true. I will never not laugh at you guys' theme song.
Thanks for coming, everyone.